All right, welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn modded playthrough of Chechnya. Guess we are working on our invasion of what's left of Africa that's available to take over without having to fight the Republic of Africa. I think we are going to have to recalibrate at some point, but we definitely need Puntland. We'll get Somalia for the oil. We may try and fight our way through to grab Chad, Darfur, and Sudan regions and Cameroon. If this is not part of, yeah, so if we could fight our way through, that would be the ideal plan to grab as many resources as possible. I just don't think we can make moves over here in Asia as effectively as we would like. There are a ton more resources here in Thailand. But this would definitely be... Yeah, see, these are much more challenging fights we would have to have. I'm not against it, it's just our ability to project power is quite weak. And we're not even the biggest power in our region. So we're competitive right now with Kazakhstan from the land forces. Not competitive at all. We do not have 2,000 air superiority fighters. So not too happy with how that's going. I think they just have better internal resource availability with all the lands they control, and then their trading block. So this is actually very hard for us to overcome. But if we could go that way, we should. The Guatemalan Civil War looks like it ended. That's actually a very, very big development for geopolitics. I'm definitely going to work on medium tank guns first. That is what we need. And we are... I want the political power. I definitely want the political power. What kind of madness would that be if I didn't take that? That'll allow us to annex another country. Yeah, sell more stuff on the stock market, guys, please. More successful businesses. Dear God, that would help us immensely. Trying to think. I think I can see the... Yeah, so it... What is this? At 58%, you get more recruitable population. 38% you get more of the resources. 23% garrison and population. It's recruitable bonuses. And you get agent detection at 13. Provincial government of the Maldives. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, we're losing 3% of local industries. I don't know if that's active or not. Usually my equipment's so good it's not even a problem. Something's going on in Syria, so we should watch this. We may have an opportunity, we may not. I don't know how that's going to play out. I definitely need to work down some of these other weapons. Like this unlocks turret changes that we could get. This gives railguns, which is crazy. I didn't know that. um, yeah, we'll continue though with the turbine engines. We want the most gas guzzling, expensive military equipment we can have. Like we have 2 bombers already built. I can do the tests I want to run down here in the Maldives. All right, so first off, our attack range is great. We can actually strike Kazakhstan from the Maldives. I love that. That's beautiful. They don't have an air force here. So we're going to go on our strategic bombing run. It does look like it multiplied. Okay, so it is worth... It is actually worth spending 1 billion resources on whatever those bombers are. Okay. I've got to accept that. I've got to come to terms with that mentally and what that means resource-wise. Which is terrible, but it is what it is. I cannot offer any sort of air coverage with our current planes. Our light fighters are great for land combat. Not exactly great for long-range strikes and coverage. I'm gonna have to research the medium fighters and make a medium air superiority. Alright, so this is another mechanized unit. How many? I think we should have 1 more coming through the pipe. Yep. And these guys will be finished up before the end of the summer, which is just in time to make a naval invasion from the Maldives. Ships are in position. Planes are in position. Ground forces are also in position. I don't know if us taking this land actually counts. Well, because we had Cyprus too, but we may be across multiple continents and territory now, so we should be considered a superpower to some extent, you know? Even if we're not by the word of the street such. I do want to grab these 2 land masses. Both of them have tech metals in small amounts. And oil, actually. So, hugely worth my attention. And go ahead and invest over here. We got future AWACS rolling through. So that's done. I'm going to go ahead and jump on our medium aircraft. See if I can get some designs that are a little more long range. And we will have to take the air manufacturer right now. I don't see anything we can research without taking another political power hit. So we're just going to do that. And we're going to go ahead and knock down... I think it was this one. We're going to knock them out of the fight. And we're going to push our ammo research as far as we can get it. Outdated equipment is actually our small arms. So we're going to go ahead and get that. We'll have to do reliability changes and actually maximize all our equipment on another time. An opportunity. Oh, the Marines. Good. Alright, we're going to push them down into Marine Command. I don't... Yeah, we have an air cav leader. I don't know if we technically have anyone that would be good. So we'll just go ahead and take this guy. Get him set up down here. And we're gonna just go straight for the heart of this country. Yeah, he's got artillery specialist, but... we'll go ahead and take it. Not gonna do anything great. He's not a military high command or anything. Shouldn't provide any bonuses to him. Why is our week... Oh my god, the debt. Whoa, okay. Do we have IMF monetary decisions we could take? Probably. Yeah, we're gonna lose control of our territories. I should have watched that. Well, I can't puppet anyone. I'm going to have to annex who we're gonna annex. I need to watch that more. That is definitely a weakness in my freaking game planning. Oh, they're just as in debt as the other one. They are not. I should have took this region. I would have had to have took both of these at the same exact moment. Effectively. So I am going to lose access to this territory. And this one. That's crazy. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and purchase the company. Well, if I'm going to lose access to these subjects anyway, there is no point in this. So let's boost our political power gain. Chance it all. We're not aligned anyway, so we'll be able to declare war and take these territories. It's just the autonomy is going to be absolutely shredded. It's just not going to work. Like, that's just too much money to be down. Like, what is this? 200 billion? No, sorry, 200 trillion. Sorry. It's, yeah, 200,000 billions that we are in debt. That's insane. Yeah, and there's not really anything left to build. Their territories are too small, their economy's too bad. Wasn't planning on that. That's the debt bomb again that I was not ready for. Yeah, and if we look, I think they're probably... No, none of them are fighting. So we will lose access to northern Cyprus. I'm very worried about this, actually. Yeah, they've already fought back. So we are going to lose this region completely, and that'll be hard to take back. We won't have a lot to build there. Maybe we'll get lucky on events. We'll see what happens. But we're just going to function with the debt growing um, by 1 trillion every week, which is crazy. Yeah, there's no way I could pay that off either. I just want to see, like, what was the AI financial state? It didn't have a ton of GDP either. Like, how are they even spending all this money? And it's all debt interest. Literally, just interest. So they took out a bunch of loans to try and break free GDP wise. That's crazy. Well, who has a foreign claim? Cyprus does. That makes that kind of worrisome, like what Europe's gonna do. I don't have political power. We're not doing any of the breakups. We're gonna allow all demonstrations. Okay, so what happens? So the opposition would demand elections in northern Cyprus, the Chechen Carbonaro Bulgaria, and the United Mountainous Republic. We lose the puppet on northern Cyprus. And we lose popularity by 10% in non-alignment, which is something we cannot have happen fundamentally. It's just not allowable. Yeah, we don't really need anything there. Lowers resistance growth speed in annexed territories. This boosts war support. Not worth it. We need the extra political power right now. Democracy in Syria. That's probably dangerous. We're gonna leave that. We're gonna go for gun researches. Everything for artillery systems. Yeah, our debt problem is huge. Treasury has to be lower than 5 billion. That's easy to do. I mean, we don't have the political power to do any of this. Turkey's opinion of Chechnya is at least 1. Turkey and Iran both hate us because they're part of Europe. That makes this infinitely harder. Hold up. Stop doing whatever's going on there. So we can default on the debt right away. Lose stability. We go into a depression. Northern Cyprus, Chechnya, the United House Republic. Removes puppet from 1. All right, so all right, let's do this first and then ask for a bailout relief. Yeah, so they'll ask us to change. We're going to lose a ton of political power, population growth. That's fine. Let them do what they want. We really have no choice. We have to do whatever they want. So we're going to go ahead and take the IMF bailout. See what that does to the debt quantity. Yeah, we're going to have no stability. I would love to avoid defaulting in this case. Because our puppets are very important. I mean, did it wipe out debt? Maybe it's just so small. It's like, it was almost negligible.
All right, let's keep this paid down. Can Ukraine handle? Well, that's not even enough. That's only like 20 trillion. We have 196 trillion that we're behind on. Like, we're just going to be in this infinite loop of debt. I think our best bet is to just get this over with as quick as possible. So we're going to go ahead and default on it. Yeah, it's not great. None of that is any good. And where are we're gonna do anti-air missiles here first. I don't know why Madagascar would want to trade with us right now. So defaulting helped us out a little bit. But we do have China and the Republic of Africa we can kind of lean on. Political concessions to the IMF. Yeah, we're gonna absolutely have to shred everything. So let's go ahead. Let's see if we can hold on to anything first off. Yeah, and our interest rate is crazy right now. We can't even pay off anything. Be different if I could, Alright, we're gonna have to make these political concessions. And we're gonna have to default again. That makes this way more manageable, but it's still, like, still not great. And then we lost control of Northern Cyprus. Yep. So that is what it is. We're right back to having terrible, terrible things happen to us. Bureaucratic drain until September 14th. So we are 10 days away. That'll help us out a bit. Yeah, I'm not actually concerned about any of this developing. And then we have, yeah, we can make these. These are fine. these political concessions. These will actually pay off our debt default amount, and that will save our international investments. And then we're going to have to default again. Like, that's outrageous. Like, we cut down what we were paying, though, by what? 600% or something crazy? Like 6 times? Alright, so no longer have bureaucratic drain. We're back over 1 political power a cycle. That will allow us to make these concessions and pay this off. So we'll save our foreign investment we've worked on. And our foreign investment's what's going to drive our recovery. Yeah, we just want to avoid completely having a total financial collapse. Whatever the cost, even if we can't integrate these territories. Yeah, 50 trillion in debt is crazy for our economy. What is our debt to GDP ratio, though? 400%? That's more acceptable. Still terrible. Yeah, like, we're losing people. People don't want to be here. Unemployment's gone up to 11% almost. Man, these territories they're just crushing it with the decision making. That's all I have to say. Crushing it. All right. Well, that's time for this episode, and we'll have to work on our financial crisis the next time. I'll catch everyone later.